want to do, and this is kind of related, I do want to do a Dead Rabbit Recommends. I want to do more of these, especially during October, because I think a lot of people are looking for scary things to watch. I was about 16 years old. I was playing the Sega Genesis. My mom had gone out on a date with the man who would eventually become my stepfather. And I'm up late and I'm playing Sega Genesis. And my mom doesn't watch horror movies to begin with, but I'm sitting there, it's late at night, and she comes in the door of the apartment, and I go, "Hey, Mom," and she just stares at me. So my mom's just looking at me, and then she goes, "Don't ever watch In the Mouth of Madness." And just walked down the hallway to her bedroom. And I'm like, holy I have to watch this movie now. What the hell? I've never seen a human have a reaction to a movie like that. In the Mouth of Madness is one of my favorite horror movies. It is, and I saw it back then, and I've seen it multiple times throughout the years. It holds up incredibly well. It's John Carpenter's best... It's John Carpenter's best film. I'll say it. I think it's better than The Thing. That's debatable, though. We could go back and forth on that. It's the story... It's a mystery horror film where Sam Neill is a insurance adjuster, insurance investigator, and a top horror author goes missing a couple weeks before his newest novel is supposed to come out, In the Mouth of Madness. And Sam Neill is hired to investigate him, or they have to pay out the insurance claim. It's very old school horror, Lovecraft type stuff like that, where you take a normal person and you set them on this mystery, you set them on this course that is going to take them into this super dark world. Sutter Kane is the name of the author. What he does is he is basically their equivalent of Stephen King. He writes these books, and they all have to do with like eldritch horrors and stuff like that, dark gods. And his latest book coming out is In the Mouth of Madness. It's the number one book, everyone's reading it, and what is going on in the backdrop is as Sam Neill is investigating, trying to figure out where Sutter Kane is, riots are breaking out throughout cities across America. His fans are basically becoming psychopaths and then turning into monsters, basically. That is maybe the first 30 minutes of it, and it just gets weird from there. In the Mouth of Madness is effective on so many levels because you don't really know anything more than the Sam Neill character does. I think he's pretty much in every single scene. He is you. There's no scenes of really people sitting around discussing things without him. The line between reality and dream is constantly blurred. The line between reality and fiction is constantly blurred. The movie is incredibly well shot. Everything looks creepy. Everything feels like a nightmare. And all the effects are practical. That's one of the things I love about John Carpenter is that the creatures look like they actually exist in the world. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 CGI effects in the whole movie. And I can see why it really disturbed my mom. There are still scenes from that movie. You're driving along at night, and you remember that scene in The Mouth of Madness. It's a great horror film. If you have seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're like, yeah, that movie was dope. If you haven't seen it, it is a great way to kick off Halloween month. Watch In the Mouth of Madness. I can't give anything more away, because to tell you anything more, I'd have to explain. If I had to explain like one scare in the movie, I'd have to go on for another 20 minutes to be like... And that's what's effective about it. They're not so much jump scares as they are escalation of the events that you've seen before. It's not like The Conjuring where they're like, there's a ghost in here. There's a ghost in here. Whoa! It's like that creepy thing that's happening right now is simply an escalation of the previous 20 creepy scenes that you've seen. So it's constantly growing, and you feel that tension. And it's just, In the Mouth of Madness, great soundtrack too. It's that old school 90s heavy metal. I love it. I love every minute of it. In the Mouth of Madness, Dead Rabbit recommends that. That was a clip from our daily podcast, Dead Rabbit Radio. Dead Rabbit Radio is available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's daily paranormal, conspiracy, and true crime news. If you want to hear the full episode that this clip came from, check the link below. Please like and subscribe. And hit that little bell, too. That does some magical stuff. Thanks, guys.